Brandon, I have a question for you.
What's up?
Do you think a Yamaha R6 is all a street squid would ever need?
Yes, I've said that for years. I have said that for years. This, especially,
it's such a good bike, isn't it?
It is. This classification of bike, and especially the R6, just tried and true. They've done it well for so many years. Is you don't need anything more because this can get you in plenty of trouble as it is.
Yes, but this one specifically, the one that I bought, slightly used.
Yep.
Has those classic street squid mods that I despise.
Yeah, we talked about that for a little while, and I petitioned for some mods of my own that I wanted to do, specifically the feel of the brakes. So we're going into what we're wanting to do with it. We changed the tires on it, got some very mid-grade tires.
Dunlop GPR 300s?
Exactly. We wanted to change some of the stock components out, so we didn't know what was going on with the brake pads, so we got brand new brake pads. Some new fluid to go along with our new brake lines. That's the part that I'm most excited about because that changes the feel of a bike more than people would like to admit.
I remember you actually told me that with my Daytona when I swapped it to direct lines from the ABS, and I was like, wow, night and day difference.
Oh yeah.
Such a better feel.
Yes.
So good through the lever.
Exactly.
Of course, the other thing we want to do to this bike, the levers are like super street squid levers on this thing. So we just got OEM levers. We're just taking it back old school. Like I said, stock R6, folks. We want to bring it back to its former glory. Along that too, brand new brake pads. We don't know. I think those are the OEM brake pads. To be honest, they probably are. I feel like they never check their tire pressures and they never check their brake pads. Ever.
Those are pretty much the two things that you never change. And then you're like, all right, cool, sell the bike, and people are like, what's wrong with this?
Yeah, they're like, it feels weird. And it's like, it's 12 PSI in the front. And then up front as well here, we have these Galfer stickers we may put on, but really the stickers I want to talk about, we have a brand new set of OEM factory Yamaha stickers that I want to make this thing look OEM, so that's pretty cool. The biggest one I'm concerned about today, Brandon, is we were riding this bike the other day. You go full tuck, you got the smoked windshield, you can't see anything.
You can't see anything.
It's so stupid. I know it looks cool and it's smoked out, but a clear windshield is the way to go, right?
Yeah, I agree. You couldn't see anything out of it. It does look, when you're looking at it, it looks fantastic.
Looks cool.
While it's sitting there on the ground.
Yeah.
Like, man, that goes great with the paint.
Yeah, like I literally went full tuck and I went, I can't see. So before I take it on track and stuff, we definitely got to get that sorted. And then we have the Rizoma bar end mirrors. We're going to see if we can fit these on because I think we need some block off plates for those mirrors, but we'll see. We'll see. So with all that being said, let's start modifying this motorcycle. We're going to get it on the road and talk about why the R6 is the best street bike, sport bike of all time. So the R6 here, the bar end mirror, actually was the easiest install I've ever done with this Rizoma just because it threaded up to the existing housing that was inside of the grip and the bar end here. Brandon and I have been debating back and forth what orientation these mirrors go in. We're like, do they go up like this? Do they go down like this? We think we've settled on, I think they just go straight out like this with the bar. That seems to make the most sense, right?
It's probably personal preference, but we're gonna put it like that.
Yeah.
That's what we're gonna do.
Yeah, because it looks like you can also rotate this housing like this. Look at that. I mean, you can put these mirrors any way you want, folks. You want to put them down like this, you can do that. You want to put them up, you want to put them to the sky, doesn't matter. Rizoma makes a great product, very malleable, very modifiable. Yeah, we're clearly not street riders, Brandon.
We're just outing ourselves right now.
Yeah, shh, don't tell anybody.
We suck.
I'm a daily rider, bro. I'm out there every day on my motorcycle. So mercifully, the R6's windshield is incredibly easy to take off. It's literally just 4 Allens and it just slides right off, which is really nice. Some bikes have the windshield like underneath the fairing, underneath the mirror, and it's like a whole thing to get it off. R6, nice and easy. So look at that. Oh!
Boom,
look
so
at
pretty.
that, so pretty, so much better. So much better.
And I can actually see the carbon.
Yeah.
The real carbon fiber.
All right, you guys ready? Let's send this one off. We don't need to know where we're going.
All right, while he's doing his artistic abilities and trying to get those stickers on, we're gonna move on to the levers, probably the simplest of the changes here. We really wanted to get rid of these levers. These
straight ass.
These cheap Chinese
straight
levers
cheeks.
are pretty awful. They're cheap, they're very appealing to most people, but after a long time they don't feel good. They start cutting into your gloves if you're not careful, so we're just gonna change these out for some stock OEM ones.
It's all about the feel. So got the stock squid levers off. I just want to, again, compare these two. Look how much longer the OEM is and look how much thinner it is. And this is all personal preference, but I like the thin feel, the rounded feel of the OEM lever. More leverage at the end of it here, just feels better. This is gonna mate right back up to our stock OEM perch over here. Might put a little bit of grease on that, make sure it sits nice and good. And then look how much better that's gonna look. So much better.
We're down here at the brakes. We're gonna do the brake pads real quick, get those done before we change the lines, just because we're gonna have to bleed and stuff like that. So we wanna make sure that these are done. I'm not sure how much meat these have on. I'll take them off, show you guys, but these are nice and juicy. You can see some hairline cracks forming. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so they got some heat in them. They got some heat. A little glassy. I like it. All right, well, we got that done. We got the new brakes in. As you can tell from the little footage we got, these pads, they did have some life in them. They were definitely changed at one point before we got the bike, but they were in needing of some service, definitely. So we went ahead and got those on, made sure that they are indeed working. We're gonna move on now to changing the brake lines. Got some new hardware here for them. Nice steel braided brake lines. We're gonna get that done real quick. Make sure we improve the feeling of the brakes here. All right, as we finish up here, we're getting everything tightened up and then we're gonna start putting fluid and bleeding it all. But I wanted to show you guys, most of you guys may know this, but you really wanna do this. This is one of my favorite mods because this little junction right here, it's very, very simple, but it's better to go with two independent lines than this because the pressure wants to equalize between the fluid when you're squeezing the brake. But there's always going to be a delay in that, and it's always going to favor one side. This is the right side of the system. It's always going to favor this one. It's why this side of the brake pads are going to wear out faster. You'll grab more brakes and you'll start leaning or veering off to the right-hand side. This is obviously under high pressure scenarios, and this is the cause of that. The other thing that we wanted to do with steel braided brake lines is this is all rubber. Whenever this gets hot, this is going to start expanding and you're going to have a pressure loss. That means less brakes going to the caliper, so less braking power that you have. The steel braided brake lines eliminates that. It forces the fluid to go where it needs to go, which is your brake pads.
Had to call in the ringer over here so he can get the brakes bled.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Well, what'd you just do? You squeezed it all out?
Hey, I would like to point out that we put clear fluid in and we got yellow fluid out. I would like to point that out. So
Brandon
it needed to be done.
He thought that adding air into the lines would reduce the weight on the bike, yeah. Right? That's what you thought.
Weight reduction.
Okay, weight reduction.
Ricky Bobby.
Well, let's do it the right way. Let's make sure. All right, that's topped off.
Look how much air. It's just air. It's just air.
You literally just put all air in it, Brandon. Good job.
Thank you. I'm here to impress.
It's like flying out like a river. That's not how that's supposed to be. Okay. We will build pressure in here eventually. You already bled it at the caliper?
I was starting here.
I usually start at the caliper because the air is going to flow up to the master anyways.
Well, the master's a seal.
Doesn't that
as long as you don't squeeze this, the air will never come past the master.
Oh, okay. All right, folks, we have de-squidded the R6. Looks pretty sweet, right?
I like it. It's functionally better as a whole. Especially the brakes is what I'm excited about.
Yeah, the brakes, this lever, everything's cleaner, looks great. And now it's time to go squid on it, I guess.
I know that feels good. I knew you were gonna do it. Especially this year model R6 is such a bare bones motorcycle, especially nowadays for being a quote unquote modern bike. it doesn't have anything with it. There's no traction control, there's no wheelie control, there's no power modes. It's just, here's the bike and the bare minimum to run it, and that's it.
Brother, I was just like you once before. I remember I was a squid. I was doing terrible things on the street, but then I found Yami Noob, and I kept watching Yami Noob, and that made me feel better. And when I got better, I stopped doing terrible things on my H2 back here. So I implore you, keep watching Yami Noob. Click subscribe. Watch the next video.